Hi everyone, it's Tammy, and I don't have anything in particular to talk about today, but there were a couple things that were lingering, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to go on and talk a little bit and get a video because I don't have a good plan for YouTube for 2026. I'm doing my planner a little differently, I think, this year, so I don't know that I'll do the plan with me kind of videos. I think I will maybe just do a week in review after the week and kind of talk about my week and show you my planner. I didn't even do anything for last week, so I don't have anything to plan. But like, for example, it will look something like this, and I'm just doing a day at a time. So I don't know, we'll see how that works, and if it works out well and you guys like it, then that's what I'll continue to do. I also have my hobo that I am doing, and I'm writing what I'm grateful for each day, and then I make my to-do list on the other side. I love this idea, and I have decorated it for the entire year, which is also something I love. I love that it's ready for me when I'm ready to use it. I don't have to think about it. I just write, and that's nice. So I'm halfway thinking about maybe in 2027 to get like one of those pre-made planners that's halfway decorated, like a Snoopy one or something like that, that has some pictures in it. So it's kind of ready if I'm ready and don't feel like doing it. I have so many stickers, and I do enjoy the stickering part. I'm finding that I don't enjoy the I have to do this and I have to get it ready for whatever. So I don't know. And it's funny because I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder, and I have like picked like the worst day to do this. I look awful, but that's all right. I don't care. I know you guys are just my friends, so it doesn't really matter. But IU plays tonight in the Peach Bowl, which is huge for us. So I have my IU Snoopy sweatshirt on. I am super stoked about that. We're going to get some pizza and yeah, watch the game. It doesn't start till 7:30, so we'll probably eat before then because we eat like senior citizens, and that's okay because we almost are senior citizens. I don't know how old you have to be a senior citizen now that I say it. Chris is 61 and I am 54. I'll be 55 in March. So woo, time just keeps on a rolling. And I am doing great, guys. I know that my last update was right after I think I'd had surgery, or I was getting ready to have surgery. I wanted to make sure that everyone knew that I was all right because I had had some questions about that. And I've had my appendix out. I'm feeling wonderful. It's nice. I got a sweet letter yesterday, a Christmas card from my friend Audrey in Switzerland, not Switzerland, in Scotland. And this was very, very sweet. She did send me a note and say it was okay to share, but I don't feel like I necessarily need to, but it was very nice. And I really appreciated Audrey. And yeah, I brought it upstairs because I put all my Christmas stuff already away in the garage. And I know that if I leave this hanging somewhere, it'll probably end up in the trash, and I don't want it to be in the trash. So I'm going to put it with my January 2025 pages when I put them in I have a little plastic thing that I keep them in. So I'm going to do that with this so I won't toss it, because I love to keep my Christmas cards. My dad used to keep his Christmas cards, and he would like cut it out and make tags with it. So like maybe the bird would be a tag, and maybe Merry Christmas would be a tag. And on the back there's another bird, so that would be another tag, which is pretty clever and smart. But I don't know. I just keep them whole, and I look back on them like from the previous year. I don't know. It's kind of fun. So I don't know what I'll do, but that's what I'm up to. I need to get started crafting a little. I need to make some cards. I might share that process. I'm not exactly sure yet. I really don't know what I want to film. It seems so weird since I've been off for so long from filming that everything seems harder and maybe more intimidating. So again, it is extremely weird that I would come in today of all days when I honestly didn't take a shower this morning and put on a sweatshirt, and this isn't what I normally wear, or in my opinion how I normally look. But you know what, It is real, and I just don't do this very often where I don't wear sweatshirts very often. I don't know. So I just feel a little bit dumpy, I guess, but oh well, it's all good. It's all good. And I do have my Diet Coke, which I love. I have not given that up for any new year, and I don't plan to. But perhaps one day, I don't know. I know that it's not great for you. How are you guys doing? I'd love to hear some comments and some things that you guys would like to see. I know some of you wanted some follow-up on some of the Advent calendars. So you know what? Let me go look at my Advent list. And I can tell you the ones that I have used and the ones that I enjoy and etc. I think that you guys might like that because I know that some of you have said, how do you like it? So let's see. Hallmark Wines was, I did a Christmas countdown as day one. Actually that wooden Christmas countdown that I really liked and I got from Etsy, I ended up giving that to Katie and Seth because they liked it, and I thought, you know what, they have a baby, they have a small family growing, and it would be better served at their house, so I gave that to them. The Hallmark wines, we've had a couple. I've used one in one of my roasts. I've given some away. I did neighbor gifts, and I did like little boxes with homemade cookies and goodies. Chris was really good about making homemade candy. He made caramels, toffee, cinnamon candy, and I feel like something else. And then I made some cookies, but he was pretty good at the candy, I'm not gonna lie. And we made little neighbor baskets, and some of them had a candle and some cookies and a little tin of goodies and a bottle of wine. Some of them didn't have the wine. Now the wine bottles are very small, but it's perfect for us, honestly. We aren't drinkers at all, so it's, you know, we have them and it's kind of nice, but I don't know how long it'll take us to get through all of them, but that was fun. All of the candy Advents, I see Lent is next. I still have a big bag of stuff that I'm working through, and it's very good. I gave a bunch of it at Christmas, like I said, with the neighbor gifts and all of that. We put some candies in there. We also had it out for Christmas, things like that. So, but it was all really good. The Lent, the C's, I don't remember what else there was, but the candies were really tasty. The Coors Advent, I think that was, I still have a bag over there, a Ziploc bag, same as that one. It's out of my reach though, that has stuff that I don't know if I'll use or not, and I think that some of that is in there. I did make little packages for Delaney, Katie, and Hazel, and I put in like some bath soaps and some of the shampoos that I'd gotten and things like that, hand lotion, body wash, little bath bombs, all of those things. I put them in little baggies for each of the girls, and to be honest, they all loved them, but I think Hazel loved hers the most. It was so sweet. She loved having her own little bath set. She felt like a big girl. She's 4, so it was a lot of fun to give that to her. So that's those. I don't have any complaints about any of them. They were all fine. The bookstore Advent calendar, everything is still in its bookstore. I have not used a single thing from it. It really wasn't my taste. I'm kind of thinking I might, oh, the bookstore one is over there. I might use some of it. I mean, I liked it, but maybe I'm thinking of the stationery set. Maybe I'm getting them mixed up. I liked it, but I don't know if I'll use the stuff. And that's probably the same with that one. The Squishmallows Advent, that one was mostly body care, if I remember right, and I gave most of that to Delaney. She's the youngest of my daughters, my daughters. I'm going to say I have 2 because I have Delaney as my daughter-in-law and Katie as my daughter. And like the cat makeup hair holder backer, I know, and she loves cats. So when I was like, yeah, I'll give all that to her. So I did, and she liked a lot of that. The Squishimals, I think it was Squishimals and Pusheen. I still have some of the Pusheen stuff sitting here on my desk. Oops. One of the magnets. Good grief. Just throw that anywhere twice. Ugh. I really, good grief. Like one of the little magnets, the little bookmarky magnets. I don't know what to do with it, but I like it, so it's still sitting here. I've used a couple of them. I have one of them in my calendar that I keep in my purse. I feel like I have one maybe on something for work, things like that. So I don't know, they're all right. Let's see, what else did I have? The homemade truffles, I ended up giving the most of those away. They were not my taste. They were a little too fancy, a little too, I don't know. They were beautiful, but they really weren't my thing. I think we ended up throwing some of them out too, to be quite honest. The Clue mystery game. I hated it and I liked it all at once. I don't know exactly what to say about it. It was harder than I expected, and we tried to play it. I think it was cool that you played it a little bit each day, and we tried to do that. Although I will say closer to the end, we ended up just playing it out. Both had their perks. The thing about just doing it during like one at a day, Chris felt like he could sit on the couch and open it up and try to do it, and I thought that was a pain in the butt. I would get mad. I'm like, come on, let's set it at the table and let's do it right. But he didn't want to spend 10 minutes setting it all up to put it all back. And I understand that too, but it was, so he would do it on his lap, and so he would be the one reading the stuff and looking at the stuff, and I couldn't see anything, and so I'd be like, all right, you know, this. So I don't know, if you were doing it solo, that would be fine, but we were trying to do it together. And some of the clues were really vague and really hard to decipher, especially since some of them didn't come up. Like, let's say you read the rules before you started day 1 and something wouldn't come up until day 10, and you'd have to go back and reread the rules because you've forgotten what this little hint might mean. So, I mean, it was fun. It was something to do together. Would I buy it again? I'm going to say no. I wouldn't buy it again for myself. I would maybe buy it again for the kids and let them do it. You can't reuse it. You use it, and some of it you have to cut and you have to fold and things like that. So you would, and then it gives you like little pieces that you're supposed to then use in your real Clue game. So, I mean, that's kind of cute, I guess, that you, but honestly, like, it was a new Scarlet or whatever. But I don't know. It was fun. Like I said, I don't think I'd buy it again, but it was fun. The Whimsy Nymph design, hated it. I still have it. I don't even know what I did with it. I think I have something put away for, I know there was a silly bookmark, wasn't there? And I have that put away for Tracy, but where is it? Or maybe, did I already send it to you, Trace? You'll have to tell me. I don't remember. Maybe I sent it with a package in December. I don't know, but it was awful. It was not my taste at all. Hated it, would not rebuy. Yuck. The Carnival Sweets freeze-dried treats, those were actually really fun to do. I wouldn't rebuy it because it was too expensive, I think, in my opinion, for what I got. But it was fun trying them all. Like, after I tried a few with you guys, I took them downstairs and Chris and I would try them. And it was neat to share them with somebody and get somebody else's opinion. What it would be really fun, I thought of this when I was doing it with Chris, was to put it out like as a charcuterie board and letting other people try them too, and trying to see if they could guess what some of them were, because some of them were outlandish. And there were some that we ended up tossing because we weren't real fans of it. And some of them just gave you like one piece. So we'd each, take a bite or whatever if we felt like we wanted to try it. But that's what I mean. It was a little pricey for what you got, but it was fun. The perfume was good. I gave a lot of it away and I still have some. I don't know. It was good. It was nice. The fresh cut flower cards, perfection. I love that one. I would probably repurchase that one. I have sent one out for January, so that's kind of exciting. So yeah, I'll see if I continue. The Spellbinders Advent. I got a note saying what was my most viewed video from last month, and that was that one. And I thought, well, that's funny because no one commented that they wanted it. So I actually threw that away, which is a real shame. It was all those die cuts. It's dumb. If I were younger, I might have been excited about it because I didn't have anything and, you know, it was something that I could use. But it was awful the way it was done because nothing was piece parted and everything was so tiny. To make them, you would be spending 10 minutes to make a face. I mean, it was, it killed me. That one was awful in my opinion. The Gabby Crafty Advent, that was pretty cool. I did give some of the watercolors away. My daughters kind of like that kind of thing too. And I did that for Katie and for Delaney. I have some of them in my little midliner bag that I will go to when I'm like, if I'm trying to make a card or something, I put the glitter pins in here. Like the things that I knew that I would use, I put in here. Even the alcohol markers I have in here. So there are some things that I will use. I did keep the little dotted, I don't know. These are so cute, but I'm not sure that they're practical and something I will use. But I kept them because I liked them. And I thought, you know what? If I don't use them, then I can give them away later if somebody else thinks that they would use them. Usually the somebody else that I'm talking about is one of my daughters. So, you know, if they'll use them, that's great. C's Chocolate, like I said, Primo. The Sugar Plum Bakery Advent from Sanrio. That one was really cute. I did end up giving some of that away too. And then I still have some things as well. I don't think I have anything up here to show you that I'm using it, but I am using some of the things. That was really cute. The I'm saying it wrong and I overthink it and then I really get it mixed up. The Papier Luxury one, I still have over here. That's the one that I struggle with it because I like the stuff, but I really don't think I will use the stuff. Like, I think that's the one that had like the feathery fountain pen and stuff like that. And I would have used it back when I was younger and didn't have children. But then I got busy and I used to like practice calligraphy and all of that. And I still like to practice hand lettering sometimes. So maybe I will pick it up again and maybe I will use it. So I have kept it, but I don't know. It might not be something that I will keep around forever. Oh man, Chub Girl. Oh, good grief. I have it over here. I've used some of the things. I used some of the tags. I used the ornament I hung on the tree. The bag I used. I don't remember what else was in there, but I really liked it. And that little pencil stuffy, actually it was kind of cute. Roxy took it as her own toy, which I thought, you know what, girl, you have it. She's spoiled rotten and I love her to pieces, my little dog. So she has that one. I don't remember what else was in there. Post-it notes, I still have those around. I have my Paper Echoes is the next one. I have those. I even used those as early as today. I do enjoy that. I literally have been using the Post-it notes today. I like those a lot and I use them and I think they're fun. So that is the synopsis of all of my Advents. I think that was everything. And they were fun and I enjoy them. I'm also trying to cook more. I want to try to get into a little better routine of that. And I cook a lot anyway. And maybe I shouldn't say more. Maybe I should say, maybe it is more. I don't know. I'm trying to make it so that either we don't have leftovers or we plan to use the leftovers. And I'm trying to, you know, come up with a menu. So I'm doing that and so far so good. I'm in day 9 of the year. So far so good. It was hard because when I was sick during those 3 months, I mean, I didn't cook hardly at all. I was not feeling well. Nothing sounded good. There was a time that I wasn't even eating. It was awful. I was pretty sick. So, it was kind of a slow start getting back. And then the holidays hit right away, right after that, because I had my surgery and then it was Thanksgiving and then Christmas. So things were a little different. And so I'm trying to get back to a routine, I guess is what I'm trying to say, which is nice. But I am also trying to make it so that I'm spending less because I'm wasting less. either wasting less by making too much and throwing it away, or by making too much or by going out, I guess I should say. I'm trying to plan for the leftovers, or even do a better job of, let's say if I buy cilantro, then I use all of the bunch of cilantro. So I might have 2 different meals that I need cilantro on, or however many to use up the bunch, or whatever, things like that, instead of buying cilantro for one meal and throwing half of it away. That's what I'm trying to say. So I don't know. So far so good, but we'll see. I also, it's hard like to plan for the weekends just because I never know what we're going to be doing. And that's fine. I like that. So I don't know, things change and people change and the seasons change. Sometimes in the winter it's easier to cook than it is in the summer. Sometimes in the summer I feel like making salads that I wouldn't have made in the winter. So, it ebbs and flows, and that's all fine. Let's see, what else do I know? I'm trying to, I did pick gratitude as my word of the year. It was really hard because I picked cozy and gratitude. And every time I say one, I always think, well, the other one's still really good too. So maybe I have 2 words of the year this year. Maybe it's cozy and gratitude, because I think gratitude makes me feel like I need to be thankful for everything, which is exhausting sometimes, but it is important also, because I have realized that when I am grateful for something, it obviously doesn't prevent bad things from happening, or bad news, or hurt feelings, or any of that. But it at least makes me feel like, okay, but then I can find the good in something. And that is encouraging and hopeful. And so for that, I like that. I'm sorry, my underarm is itching. I did put deodorant on, but I don't know why my underarm is itching. Life. But, so I don't know. And then cozy just makes me feel good and cozy and warm. And I like that feeling of knowing that everything's going to be okay, which is what cozy also brings to me. And I don't know if I shared this news, and I almost hate to say it out loud because I get nervous that if I say something and then it doesn't come true, then it brings disappointment and all of that. But you guys don't care like I would care. But Katie and Seth and Lucy are supposed to be moving closer in the summer. Their lease is up, and they are going to move closer when it is. Their lease is up this summer, and when it is, they're going to move closer. So that makes me feel cozy for sure, and it makes me so happy. And I think one of the things that I've decided to do is do a monthly themed kind of a dinner party for the kids, and I'm going to start it in January, and I think the theme is going to be appetizers. This just came out this morning, like one of the many things that I think about when I'm up at 3 a.m. But I thought that would be a lot of fun. So I think that that's what we're going to start doing. And then if Katie and Seth can make it before they move, that would be great. But if they can't, then that's understandable. And same, even if they're here and they can't make it, but I want to open it up to all the kids, and, whoever can make it is fabulous. And we get to spend the day with them, and the grandkids and all of that. So that is wonderful. We did have a Hazel Day on the 2nd. We both took last Friday off, and we had a Hazel Day, and that was so much fun. She is just adorable and so full of energy and so lovable. We made treats for the birds. We took sugar cones, and we threaded a piece of macaroni with some twine, and then Chris put a hole in the top of the sugar cones so that we could put so the sugar cone is upside down. We put the macaroni here with the twine so that we could use it to hang, and then the macaroni kept it because the hole was smaller than the macaroni. And then we put peanut butter on the cone, and then we dipped it in bird food and hung those out for the birds. So that was fun. We also tried to make some gelatin that I found online, and with the bird, non-flavored gelatin with bird food, and you can cook it, kind of use cookie cutters, and that didn't work as well. I don't know. I'm not very good with Jello, which I know seems very strange, but I was never good at making Jello jigglers or any of that with my kids. And seems like I'm still no good because those were just kind of a flop. And then what do you do? I mean, I think you're supposed to put a hole in those and put wine on them too, but it was a pain. So we just ended up throwing them out. I mean, they looked like we did dog biscuits because Hazel loves dogs. So we did like dog bone shaped. So they came out looking like that, but with the bird food that we used too, it was hard. The bird seed we used, it was hard to tell what it was. So we just took them and threw them in the yard. It was fine. It was fine. Also beaded a little necklace for her, and we went to breakfast. We just had fun. It was just fun being grandparents. And I can, but I can't wait to be able to do that with the others too. It'll just be great, you know, just fun stuff. And when I was young, my parents used to have something we called Kids Day, and we wouldn't do it very often, but every once in a while they'd just say, okay, it's Kids Day, and we'd get to do whatever we wanted to do. I remember specifically one time going to the movies and seeing Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and I don't know if I've even seen that movie since, but I loved it, and I think I loved it so much because it was a Kids Day movie. And we didn't have a lot of money when I was growing up. I'm not going to say we were poor, but we definitely were low income, and there wasn't room for extras. I mean, we might have been considered middle class with the amount of money that we made, and we had a nice, beautiful house, and it was small, but it was cozy. And, you know, I went to a good school, and my parents loved me. All of that was great. We just didn't have money for extras, which, you know what? I think that's okay. And I think that it probably did me good and probably helped frame some really nice things in my life. So, but anyway, doing things like that and going out to dinner was special. And, you know, I think back in the day too, we take for granted there's a fast food on every corner. And I mean, even in my small town, we have a Pizza King. Back in the day, people went out maybe once a week. Was like, I remember some of my friends would go out once a week. We went out probably 2 or 3 times a year. I mean, my mom cooked. We didn't go out, and our going out was, you know, exciting. And so kids' days were exciting. They were so much fun, and being able to enjoy a movie or go to Target and picking out a toy or something like that. It was fun. And then we'd come home and, you know, just play family games or maybe make our own pizzas for dinner or something like that. And it was fun. And I want to do that with Hazel and Lucy and Willow too. So I'm looking forward to that. I think that'll be great. And I don't know how often we'll do it, but, you know, maybe in my head, I'm going maybe once a quarter or something like that, maybe twice a year if it works out like that. Just steal them for a day and have fun. So, and it'll be, I don't know, it's fun. And I don't know if we're going to do each one individually or all 3 of them together or however many there are. You know, I'm expecting that there'll be more. And maybe we'll do some of both. Maybe we can do a special, you know, individually one-on-one day, and then other times have all of them. And then I think that the monthly family dinner will help too, just to keep everybody, you know, together. And I think it's fun. So that's what I'm up to. Those are my thoughts. I think I'm going to let you guys go. I need to get back at it. I've been on this for a half hour. I was taking some of my lunch to do this because I am working today, but I thought, you know what? Chris came home early. I don't know if I even mentioned that, but he came home early and he brought breakfast, which was really nice because he went in early, but they ended up that he was able to leave early. So he left early and he brought home breakfast burritos from Chick-fil-A for us. So that was nice. I got to have that. So I really wasn't hungry for lunch. So that's part of why I'm doing this now. And then we're having pizza tonight with the game. So that's exciting and fun. And yeah, so that's that. But I will let you guys go. Thank you so much for watching. If you guys like this kind of a thing, maybe I can do this periodically. I think I've talked about doing that before, but I don't know. I don't get a lot of comments, which is fine because I don't leave comments, so I understand why people don't. But if you're inclined to tell me an idea or to tell me you like it or give me a thumbs up, I would appreciate it so I know that you like this kind of thing. And we'll see. Maybe I'll do this more often because I need to get into some sort of routine. And I know you guys love the Foodie Fridays, but those are hard for me sometimes. Coming up with something new that you haven't tried. I even thought, oh, maybe I'll do like this is what we had this week. But that's difficult too, because then you have to always have the camera on. And I am just not having the camera on all the time. I just am not built that way. So yeah, that's that. We'll see what happens. But let me know what you guys are thinking and what you like and what you want to see. And I'll see what I can do. But until next time, I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day. Bye.